I now have a good introductory paragraph. So I'm going to move on to my body paragraph. Remember, we talked the other day about a body paragraph in one of those videos that we were watching, and we said that a body paragraph needs to have three things also as well. A body paragraph needs to have a good, strong topic sentence. A body paragraph needs to provide, again, background and support. And then finally, a body paragraph needs to have a good, strong concluding sentence. So I want to have a good, strong topic sentence that clearly shows my reader what it is that I'm talking about. And so my topic for this paragraph is going to be this new definition established by scientists. And I want to use information from the article that we were reading. So I am going to use quotes. So I have to be extremely careful at this point because I want to use quotes in the right way and not commit plagiarism. I've been told by the prompt that I need to take information from the article, so there's no problem with doing that. There's no problem with using information straight from the article, but we do want to quote it in the proper way. And so if we do make a direct quote, we need to remember to put it in quotation marks and in somehow, in some way, let our reader know that that's where we got it from. So I'm going to start. Remember, this is just a sample. I'm just giving you a sample. I started mine by saying the International Astronomical Union, based in Prague, Czech Republic. So, the International Astronomical Union, based in Prague, Czech Republic. I'm going to let my reader know that they recently updated their definition of what makes a planet a planet. That's a good, strong topic sentence. It lets my reader know exactly what I'm talking about, and it gives a hint and a very clear clue and direction of where I'm going. Well, what am I going to do? Well, I'm going to let my reader know. I'm going to inform this as to what this definition is. So I think it's important to let them know. Also, we've got to provide, remember, some background and some connection. Well, why did they decide to do this? That's kind of the question that popped into my head. Well, what made them decide to make this change? Well, because of new technology, we're discovering that there are so many things out there, and just in our solar system orbiting the sun, that we need to kind of define, well, what's what makes what, a certain thing. So what I said was, in my sample 5-paragraph essay, since there are so many large objects orbiting the sun, scientists felt the need to refine planetary standards. So I give my reader some information. I'm wanting to inform them. I'm sure they're thinking, well, hey, back when I was a kid, this is how it was. So why? What's going on? Well, we're discovering so many new things about the solar system. We've got to clarify. Now, because my prompt told me to, I'm going to get the definition straight from the source that I'm using, but I'm going to let my reader know where I got it clearly. So I'm going to say, according to the article, Pluto, not a planet, astronomer's rule, comma, a planet, now here comes my quote, and I'm going to put it in quotation marks. Very, very important. When you start a quote, if you're going to take information from an article, from a book, from a biography, from an encyclopedia article, nothing wrong with that at all. But you always need to give credit to where you got it from. You need to give the name of your source. There's different, right? MLA, APA. For our little simple 5-paragraph essay, we're just going to name the article, and then we're going to put our direct quote in quotation marks. So a planet is an object that orbits the sun and is large enough to have become round due to the force of its own gravity. I'm going to continue the quote. In addition, a planet has to dominate the neighborhood around its orbit. I got this straight from the article. Now, when I finish that particular quote, as you can see right there, I close the quote. So now my whole piece of information that I got from this article is in quotation marks. And I wanted to close the quote. I got more information. Remember, when we read the articles the other day, and we wrote down a bunch of things that we thought might be helpful to us. So I'm just going to keep using it. I'm going to say, but I'm not just going to go quote, 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 quote. I'm going to kind of sew them together, so to speak, using my own wording and some of my own ideas. And so I'm going to say the article goes on to say that, and here comes my next quote, common quote. Bodies that dominate their neighborhoods sweep up, I'm going to misspell neighborhoods, sweep up asteroids, comets, and other debris, clearing a path along their orbits. So what am I doing here? I'm just doing what I said I was going to do in my topic sentence. I'm telling my reader, I'm informing my reader, well, what is this new definition for what makes a planet a planet? Okay? So, and I'm going straight to the source that I got it from. According to the article, Pluto not a planet. I'm using direct quotes. It's an object large enough. It's an object that orbits the sun, large enough to become round. Then they say a planet has to dominate the neighborhood around its orbit. Well, what does that mean? Well, the article goes on to find that as well. It dominates its neighborhood if it sweeps up asteroids, comets, and other debris, clearing a path along their orbits. So moving right along here, I felt like at this point it was important to mention that because there are so many objects out there, this new definition, we read that in the article, it makes finding an actual planet now a lot more difficult. So I felt like I needed to say that. So what I said was this new definition greatly limits objects in our solar system that can now be classified as planets. I'm hinting to my reader what I'm going to be talking about. The fact that, well, Pluto, we used to think of it as a planet, but now it's probably better to think of it as just one of those other large objects in our solar system. So I'm hinting at that. I'm saying that here's the definition. This definition narrows the window of what makes or defines what a planet is. And I'm going to end, I want a good strong closing sentence, and so I'm going to kind of drive home that point that planets are, you don't just find them all over the place. So it says, as the article says, the new definition of planet retains the sense that a true planet is something special. Close my quote. So I've got a pretty nice, is it perfect? No. Does it get the job done? Yes, it does. The purpose of this paragraph was to inform the reader what is the definition of a planet according to these experts. And I feel like I've done that. Also, I've kind of pushed my reader to this idea that planets are something special. And I've let them know that now all this stuff that's orbiting the sun out there, there's just, now we have this limited definition of what kind of distinguishes between, like, say, an asteroid, a comet, just an object, and a planet, a true planet. And so I've let my reader know that we've limited the objects in our solar system that can now be classified as planets. Finding or defining a planet as a planet is something special and rare, and kind of hinting at and previewing that this is why Pluto has been demoted, because it just doesn't quite measure up.